Hello, Steve here. I just got hit by the sun. Welcome to the Healthy Objectivist. Oh my goodness, the Healthy Objectivist. What a gimmick, what a trick, what a troll. Think of it as you will. The sun will be gone in a couple of minutes. So today you clicked on it. Wasn't sure what to call this actually. You know it before I do. Yeah. False dichotomies, real patterns. What does that mean? Well, this is a bit of a discussion, a concept challenge, a riffing, a devil's advocate, a take it as you will. But how about there's many dichotomies out there, right? There's creationist versus evolutionist, individual versus collective. I'll mention that today. I'm in portrait mode today, and the reason why, like, I could be more centered. This bloody jig, I can't. The sun, this Queensland sun, is baked my bloody jig, and I can't budge it. So that's where it's going to live. It's more set up for sorry for the spit, for a landscape. So collectivist, individual. What's some other dichotomies? Left and right. Republican, Democrat. Well, same shit, right? Atheist and theist. You get it, right? So they're the sort of dichotomies that are dichotomies, and they may be false. The left and the right are the fault. Yeah. They're certainly dichotomies, but are they false? Yeah, I actually think so. Okay, I did reference the collective and the individual. Selfless. How about this one? Selfless, selfish, altruism, and rational self-interest. So, okay, you get the picture. So, how about rational self-interest? Altruism, could it be? Is it possible to misconstrue the two? I'm a poet and I didn't even know. What I'm trying to get at is, via the ethics, doing actions for the benefit of others, and not for the sake of yourself, is altruism. People may say, a non-objectivist will say, help others, do stuff for others, and shaped by the whole Baker complex, the Baker syllogism analogy. I'm not sure which one is which. The Baker is helping out people, collectivist, right? He's selfless, he's helping out people, but he demands money for the sale of a loaf of bread, right? Yeah, sorry for the antics here. Right, sun gone. Sort of. So the baker is baking bread for the benefit of others. Yeah, we get it. Surely he's doing it for himself. So he's providing a value for the community. He got in there first. He, she, alright. Got in there first, created some business, and there's a few lookers on. Should I open up a bakery? I'll open up a bakery with pastry. Right, so self-interest. But way we got here, which is some of my contentions of come on, let's not, as objectivists, ignore how we got here, and in a way, objectivism got us here in this state, and this state is crap. 15-20% of our income is going on food now versus 65-70% in human history going on food. So even that as a metric, things are okay. Living on the sniff of an oily rag of an integrated conceptualization, and well, more accurately, the Enlightenment was pretty much allowed because the powers that be, because there was powers that be, there was the fledglings of democracy back then, but we were still in monarchy times, and the monarchy was benefiting. Ooh, more taxes. Oh yeah, buy more swords and shit, right? It's a bit more complicated. Oh, I get it. That wasn't the best way to explain that, but you get what I'm trying to say. Where the central thing is, let's not ignore how we are here, and let's address these, my term, well, no, it's not my term, but let's discuss this false dichotomy thing: individual, collective, selfish, selfless. So with the baker, Adam Smith's baker, Yaron Brook was saying that the baker is self-interest, but he's benefiting the community. In a way, yes, but it's the whole win-win still. So don't think of it as he's benefiting the community. Those that brought up by Christian principles and ideas and that sort of thing equals the collective, equals subjectivism, equals, I was going to say left, but Christianity is right? That's where we can talk for a few hours on this sort of thing, but just a quick, more riff. I won't go 40 minutes like my last video, trying to peg it down, but I'm not so prepared, I'm not so polished to have a 10-minute thing and nailing it. You need to see how people get into their quagmire, and I'll try and get into the quagmire, unpack it, repack in a shorter time. So yes, the baker is acting on his self-interest, but the overall observation is that the community has just benefited by his services, by him providing a value. So it depends on where you take it from. The baker is doing it for his own life and for his family. Rational self-interest. But let's understand that people that are collectivists, they're just looking from the other side of the tree, looking at the forest from the other side of the river type thing. That he's benefiting the community. Even in a kibbutz, even in a that sort of commune type thing where everybody owns your shit and nobody produces your shit because it's just going to be part of the other's shit. We get that. We get how once you give kulaks or Chinese farmers from back when to be responsible to produce their own product, and then keep the surplus and do with it what they wish. There was more production, there was more grains produced. So we do get it that the invisible hand, the self-interest does benefit all of us, and the ultra wealthy, the billionaires, are providing all this wealth, Pareto distribution. Maybe they just know how to function in that business milieu of the time. yes, they engage in crony capitalism and they get all these subsidies and they go with the whole ECG. Environment, ESG, social governance. Right. So they get income from that, and because they have huge market share, they're still getting income, but they're getting the extras from there's a BlackRock. I don't know if that's a thing. The conspiracists seem to say it's a thing. So there you have it. Yeah. So, as an objectivist, we're bakers. As a collectivist, the baker has helped us and saved us all. See what I'm trying to get at as a false dichotomy. Selfish. Come on. Of course he's selfish. Any rationally selfish. He's not selfish to the point of I'm just going to bake shit and charge double the money and they're still going to take it. No, there's pride. There's longevity. There's long time preference. You know, hands firm and up, babe. The whole Austrian school of economics type thought. Even though the leftists, the righteous, interesting, very profound. A comment from Yaron Brook in a episode I listened to this morning. I think it goes back to 2020. The left wants to free up the bedroom and control the boardroom, where the right wants to control the bedroom and free up the boardroom. So, wow. Well, good on you, Yaron. And you know, that's the whole false dichotomy with the left and right. And the left and right. That's why I don't poo-poo. I'm not quick to poo-poo Jordan Peterson, because he muddies the left and right with personality traits. Going off the whole Jung, he's fixated on Jung, but deservedly so. Jung, very valuable to psychology and archetypes and symbolism and human development and flourishing. And certain personality traits put you in the left and the right. What sort of personality traits gets an objectivist in? Yes, individualist. That's why we have our rose-colored glasses of individualism. We're the baker. And the left and the collectivist, it's the community, but the baker's doing a great job. So objectively, we know, the left should know that the baker is acting in his self-interest, because he's not, how can he get supplied to make bread and not ask for the mullah? And how could the collective also expect just a handout? Why should the baker work his ass off to produce that, right? So the left and the collectivists and the altruists, the Kantians, the postmodernists, the Plato on that lineage, ideological lineage, philosophical lineage, ethical lineage, lexicon issues. Woo! I indicated that should be another episode, lexicon issues. But this is dichotomy issues. The patterns. I think that's what they're going to be in the title. Patterns. So, what if our sense of making sense of the world in the dichotomies, evolution, creation, left, right, individual, collective, subjective, objective, object, subject, static, dynamic, Robert Pirsig. He's a profound thinker of our time, I believe. Yes, he values Indians. Oh no! And Ayn Rand indicates they're savage. But fuck, I was speeding and there's cops there and I didn't get caught. It's a good day. It's a good day. It started with this great discussion on false dichotomies. But the patterns. So, patterns-wise, even the collectivists, even though they don't use the sort of lexicon that the objectivists use, they acknowledge by the whole idea, the whole virtue of interacting in capitalism. Otherwise, they'd be in a kibbutz. So, as I was in my early 30s, I'm now an objectivist. I still am, but I'm not the obnoxious type. And when the late teen becomes an objectivist, self-interest, rational self-interest, selfish. And then mum goes, slap, kid, get over it, sort of thing. And you get comments like, you're better to grow out of it than to grow into it. And I'm going further into objectivism. But come on, let's not be so dogmatic. Yes, we'd rather have a gulch somewhere, and come on, no objectivists. Let's. But in that gulch, do you really come on? Do you think that we're all going to act on value versus other people's? Like if there's two bakers, oh mate, I'll make a croissants here. I should be the number one baker. I'll charge double because mine's the better bread. But we're getting it from the same farmer. So the market sorts out that, right? And but you'll get status things like one baker might try and sabotage your bad name. The other baker, they're not objectivists. Yeah, that's why I'm not too fast to poo-poo Jordan Peterson. Because even though he talks about the Bible and the ideas of the whole God and the Son of God thing, and the Bible stories, the archetypes and all that, that's why you shouldn't really dismiss, because he brings out into the public consciousness that I don't know, the ideas of Genesis, right? Once Eve deceives, she becomes conscious that she's able to deceive, but wait, I'll be deceived on too. We're naked. Now that just indicates consciousness. Well done to Jordan Peterson on getting that out there. Don't be thinking he's the only one or the first one to start with that. There's other thinkers out there that saw that, but they just didn't burst into the public consciousness. But Jordan Peterson, he's there because it was a Harvard professor, made infamous by the whole C16 thing, and the left tried to poo-poo him through the whole transgender phobia, this and that, and then people got onto him. I'm going to try and pick at something crappy that he's saying in his lectures, really. And then people started chopping up his clips and putting it on YouTube, and we have Jordan Peterson. What if Ayn Rand, his accent got into the human psyche? No, she did some heavy lifting from that 0 to 1. Let's take it from 1 to 100, shall we? I'd like to bring it to 20 at least. All right. Leonard probably brought it to 10. Yaron Brook to 15. Alex Epstein, 16. A few others. And me! Yes, I'm putting my hat in the ring. So, the moral of what I'm trying to get at. Yes, we understand individualism, selfishness, laissez-faire capitalism. But what if the left, sorry for the spitting, what if the left, what if the religionists, what if the collectivists, the postmodernists, they see what we see, but they just want to insert their value, their status in the whole feelings complex of we're helping others, but we're really helping ourselves, which feeds into the whole I'm for eliminating poverty, I'm for rights, women's rights, transgender rights, and the whole race rights thing. And okay, well, with immigrants, well, let's put an immigrant into one of your bedrooms at home. Oh no. Right? So people are inserting themselves into things like Greenpeace and environmentalism, but they still drive in their car. They still run their electric car that runs on coal. Well, in Australia it's still on coal. In some places on natural gas. Well, it's electricity. It's in the wall. How the fuck does it get to the wall? Ask a kid. Where does milk come from? From the store. And then anyway. So, is it ill-placed? Is it misguided in not dismissing collectivists? Because they're still acknowledging, they're still acting selfish, just because they're not honest in their philosophy, like collectivists are. like objectivists are. We are rationally selfish, acting in our self-interest. But as acting in our self-interest, the community benefits. So, how about that? For not being the obnoxious type. Yes, I start off being quite obnoxious. Maybe the obnoxious, types that have just grasped, just got onto objectivism. They're just not quite understanding, and they're being a jackass. Yes, I was a jackass once. I'm still probably am a jackass to many, because I'm saying, give some space. Let the collectivists have their say, because they're going to destroy us all. But we're not going to hell in a handbasket. We're okay. Yes, the food price is going up, but historically speaking, we're fucking cheap as chips. Chips are still cheap. So there you have it. At the risk of making this 40 minutes of ramble, I think I've made my point for today. Using a recent hearing of a podcast from Yaron Brook, which spurred this on this morning. And come on, people that do produce content, they do have biases, and that's what they go on. Come on. Ayn Rand had biases too. Well thought out biases coming from a J, yes. But anyway, that's the false dichotomy thing for today. Lexicon. Maybe the next episode. Let's not be so belligerent on our lexicon, because we need to function in the world as objectivists. I believe everybody is an objectivist in their own way. They're just using different lexicon, different virtues, but they're still acting in their self-interest. Yeah. So when you grow older and wiser, I think I'm wiser. I may have half the IQ of even your own Brooke, probably 3 times less IQ than Ayn Rand, but that's the thoughts for today. I like to add a snippet of health as part of my shtick, as part of my additional value to the objectivist space. Snippets. I won't have huge episodes on health. Just snippets, just to give you a taste. And my business and website is on the video notes. Cancer. Did you know that there's never been a cancer diagnosis, a new cancer diagnosis, of anyone with a vitamin D level of over 40 nanograms per mil of blood? So if your vitamin D level is under 40, you have a growing propensity for cancer. I heard you on Brooke a few listens ago of a certain episode. Take 5,000 units of vitamin D. You got to digest it. You got to absorb it. The older you are, and if you have gluten, oils, sugars, nitrates in your diet, you're not going to be absorbing that. The sun isn't all that either. Yes, we do get our vitamin D from the sun. There's some that say that vitamin D is a hormone, but that's quite contentious. It's still classed as a vitamin because it's essential. It's classed as one of our 90 essential micronutrients. And my understanding, and I believe that it doesn't act on its own. It's a whole synergy. If you're deficient in vitamin D, it's possible that you're deficient in other micronutrients, especially minerals. And just by taking vitamin D is not magic to get your vitamin D level up and therefore have less sickness. Did you know this is turning into a whole episode on health. That's it. That's all I got. That's all I'm giving for today on health. There'll be many more to follow as a snippet, as part of general philosophical discussion, diatribe, riffing. Yes. Okay, bye-bye.